Hi guys, this is Glenn, and I'm going to be sharing with you rather the trades that I took this week. So I had four trades this week, one on GBP JPY, two on USD CAD, and one on NZD JPY. I'll walk you through what I saw, the execution, and the reasoning behind it. In case of any lesson that I might have picked up on the trades, I'll also share with you. So let's get right into it. Right here we can see we had GBP JPY, and as shown by this tool, it was a loss. What was I looking for? I trade simple break and retest. I have a clear resistance zone right here. Price broke out, retested. What do I look for when price is at my area of interest? I wait for a confirmation candle, which is, for this case, a bullish engulfing candle to confirm to me that I need to pull the trigger. Now, as you may see, which will lead us to the first lesson of my and the lesson from this trade, I pulled the trigger right here and it was no bullish confirmation. Price dropped almost immediately, which is one thing I love about my trades, and that's why my stop loss is quite tight. I love it when price quickly moves in my direction or quickly to my stop loss. Either way, I'm fine with it. But from this trade, it was, I think, the first trade, if not the second trade of the year. Maybe I'm still in my holiday mode, and it was a quick reminder to me that I need to stick to my plan and follow it, because that is what will get me to the edge. The edge plays out if and only if I stick to my plan. So this was the first trade of the year. It was a loss for me, and I'm good with it. No problem. The next trade was on USD CAD. Maybe it was time for me to find solace. So, as you may see, we've said we're keeping it simple, clear, then we rinse and repeat. This must have been the first trade of the year, because this, as I can see, I took it on a Tuesday 14, but compared to pound yen, I must have taken this at night, or I took it around the same time. Absolutely can't remember clearly. Nonetheless, what was I looking for here on USD CAD? There was this clear support zone, as can be seen right here, this clear support zone. And so based on that, I narrowed down to my 4 hour, whereby price had just broken above it, retested it, and I got my confirmation candle right here. This bullish confirmation. After this two dojis, I pulled the trigger with a very tight stop loss. And just as I said earlier, I love it when price moves in my direction quickly or against me so quickly, so that you can imagine I'm already a swing trader and it takes quite a while. So the last thing you may want is price lingering around here in drawdown of the trade and nothing is happening, only for you to maybe lose. So I appreciate that in my execution, the kind of trades that I take, more often than not, price will either move in my direction quite fast or against me quite fast. And as we can see on this trade, it moved in my direction quite fast and it hit my TP. I go for 2R strictly. Each time price gets to 1R, which as you may call it, break even, I move my stop loss to break even. Thereon, I let the trade run. Then I had the second trade. Let me get rid of this for clarity. I had the second trade once again, keeping it clean, simple, and then we rinse and repeat. There is a clear area here, clean zone here. We had a resistance there. We had the second resistance here. Price broke above it, retested it, and this is a very clean, I think this is what we may call picture perfect. A very clean bullish engulfing candle. I executed it right here. This trade is still running. From trading view, it shows I might have hit TP, but on my on the terminal on the MT5 from my broker's end, I am a few pips away from it. So crossing fingers, maybe when the week starts off, it might hit TP, but I'm very okay if it pulls back down to my break even. I know this is quite controversial to many people. Some may say you left money why you might just close it off. But it was actually one of the other learning points whereby, as traders, at times your trade is running in profit, and as you look at the terminal, there is this temptation to just close it out. Just close this out. You know that you already have some money. You don't want to leave the money running, but we may easily forget that this is a game of numbers, and that is the psychological bit. I tend to find that the hard bit about trading is trusting that the process or the system will work in your favor. So moving on and on to the last trade, which was NZDJPY. This was on the daily, a quite slow one, and a little different from the rest because, as you may see, yes, we have the resistance, price broke above, then below. But I like to call this a bobby trade. Some may call it a fake out, false breakout, I guess. So simple, what I look for is when price breaks out strongly, comes back almost immediately, retests the resistance zone, and gives me a confirmation candle, as you may say right here. This was a bearish engulfing candle rather, and so I executed right here. Tight stop loss, as you can see, just above this swing high, and on this I am targeting, as I have said, a 2 hour, though on bobby trades I tend to move my stop loss to break even either at 1 hour or as soon as price gets to this next swing low, because I am going counter the trend. We are bullish, as can be seen on this chart. We are quite bullish, and I also recognize that in a bullish trend, the last the what do we call this, the higher low tends to be quite strong, and unless price is breaking this to start off on a new trend, I know there is a chance that price may bounce around this zone and continue. Not to forget that this is also quite a strong zone as seen on the weekly, which, by the way, I'll be waiting for this here. If I get a bullish confirmation, I'll still take a long. It's a weekly trade, it might take some time, but be that as it may. So, as I was saying, when price gets to this zone, I'll also move it to break even because, one, it's a weekly zone, quite strong. There might be a lot of players around that area. Price may easily bounce off. Or the next reason is because it's a higher low. We are still bullish. I'm going counter. The sooner I can get to break even, the better. And so that was the last trade of the week that I had. It was quite a fair week with 4 trades. I normally aim for around there 3 to 4 being a swing trader. I don't like to overtrade. So with around 12 trades or 15 trades in a month, I'm good. And that will be it for this week. Till next week, I just hope that you may also keep it clean, keep it simple, then rinse and repeat for your trading the coming week.